Welcome to Innerji Tea, Tarot, Astrology, and all things metaphysical. Stay tuned because this week we're going to look at how you can support yourself when you are doing rituals or meditating for the full moon in Pisces. Don't go away. So this week we have the full moon in Pisces. Now that's going to occur at 3:22 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So that's Wednesday, the 2nd of September. So please check for your local area the exact time if you would like to really hone in on that exact moment when we have the full moon in Pisces. Now, Pisces energy has the energy of mutable water. So it means that Pisces energy, there are high emotions, and those emotions can easily fluctuate. Now, like the moon, Pisces has a negative polarity, and the moon is strong in Pisces. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it's about an 8. But if you actually have that with a full moon happening at the same time, then it jumps up to a 10. So very strong emotional energy this full moon. Pisces energy brings great imagination, great sensitivity, and also vulnerability. If you have Pisces energy, or with Pisces energy with this full moon, it's a time of high intuition, psychic abilities. It's a great time for channeling, connecting with spirit guides and the divine. And Pisces energy knows no boundaries. So unfortunately with Pisces energy, if you're not careful, it can be easy to become too unearthed, too ungrounded, too ethereal, even bordering on escaping reality. And this can make it difficult for you to make decisions, and you can be more easily influenced when you are on that spectrum of the Pisces energy. However, the full moon in Pisces is a wonderful time to more easily connect spiritually. And this full moon, because it is in Pisces, is even stronger if in your birth chart you have your sun, moon, or your ascendant in Pisces. Now let's look at full moon energy on its own. The moon is a feminine energy as well, and a negative polarity. It's also associated with the element of water, and water represents our emotions, our instinctive reactions in the world, and our needs. The energy of the moon is cool as opposed to the sun, where the energy is hot. It's more about what's going on within us internally, and also having that focus of looking within as well. Now, when the moon is full, it is at its strongest. It is reflecting the most light from the sun. It also represents the culmination of any intentions that you set at the new moon, and the last new moon was in the sign of Leo. So for this full moon, you can reflect upon those new moon intentions that perhaps you had previously set and see how they feel for you now. See how they've culminated. The full moon is a wonderful time for more closely connecting with the divine feminine energy, for doing rituals, magic, for any reason, because the moon is full. It shines its full light. It's also a wonderful time for channeling messages from spirit guides, from your unseen helpers and teachers, even loved ones that have passed on. Perhaps doing a ritual such as drawing down the moon at the time of the full moon may appeal to you. And that is creating a ritual where, as you gaze at the moon and set your intention on opening up your heart and drawing that moon energy down into your heart chakra, just visualize it traveling into your heart chakra like ocean waves, filling your chest. A very simple ritual that you can do. There are many other full moon rituals, and you can create your own. There is no absolute right or wrong way to do it. So since we have moon in Pisces, you can trust your intuition. You can trust that psychic ability that you have to develop your own unique full moon ritual that is very specific to you and your needs. Crystals and oils are a wonderful range of tools that you can use to support your full moon rituals, or even if you just want to sit outside and gaze at the moon, you can use crystals and essential oils to support you. So here are my suggestions for some crystals and for some essential oils that you can use with this full moon in Pisces. We're going to look at crystals for the sign of Pisces. And the first one is aquamarine. Aquamarine is a beautiful, soft, gentle stone. This is it in its raw form. Aquamarine is a water element, obviously, the name, aquamarine. It's a very calming and soothing stone. And when you are meditating, contemplating, when you're focusing on ritual, it can help you bring better clarity around any messages that you might be receiving when you are in contact with the divine feminine. A beautiful, beautiful stone. I have to say that's one of my favorites. Now let's look at amethyst. Amethyst is a bit like clear quartz. Amethyst is a form of quartz. It has iron oxide in it, so that's what gives it its purple color. And amethyst is just wonderful for all forms of healing. It's also wonderful for releasing any bad habits. If you want to lose weight, stop craving, drinking too much, that kind of thing, it can be really supportive for that. And it's also wonderful for spiritual connection and for meditation. There are so many beautiful shades of amethyst that you can buy. This is quite a light shaded one, but a beautiful, beautiful crystal that will support you during this full moon in Pisces. The next one I would like to look at for you is spirit quartz. Now, this spirit quartz has formed around a generator, a quartz generator point. So if we have a look at the bottom here, this is the spirit quartz. You can see it's lots of little glistening crystals. And so spirit quartz is all about universal love. It's about bringing in harmony, cooperation. It is great for doing things in a group or working with community. But if you're working on your own as part of this full moon in Pisces, spirit quartz helps with spirit connection and bringing together a lot of different spiritual teachers and guides at once who can be there with you and support you during your full moon ritual. Now, what I particularly like about this scepter piece with the spirit quartz is that with the quartz generator, I feel it helps to amplify the energy of the spirit quartz and makes it more directed, because quartz is an amplifier. So spirit quartz, a beautiful crystal once again. Another crystal that I've chosen that might be of support to you is celestite. This is a beautiful pale blue. This is it in its raw form. A beautiful pale blue crystal. Again, this is a water energy crystal, and it helps you to connect to the angelic realm, to divine energy. It can also clear the channels for communication spiritually as well. And even in your day-to-day life, it can help clear channels in the physical, for physical communication with other people. But this is great for communicating with your guides and with the universal consciousness. In the case of the full moon, the divine feminine. And let's move on now to moonstone, the stone of the moon. Could we pick a better one? Absolutely not. And this is the card that represents moonstone that I have today. And this is the actual stone. Beautiful, delicate little stone. And this stone, obviously, the water element once again being the moon, but it's also helping to improve your intuition, connect with your own intuition, your own insights and inner wisdom. And it helps you to hear your own inner voice. Very important when you're doing full moon rituals to also access your own inner wisdom as well as the wisdom that is beyond. And finally, selenite. Selenite is also a wonderful stone for the moon. It's just got this shimmering moon quality to it. And this again is a high vibration stone, and it is good for really connecting to the higher realms, the higher vibrations of spirit, the higher vibrations of your spirit guide. So another great stone to include as part of your full moon in Pisces ritual, meditation, or contemplation. And now we're going to move on to a couple of grounding stones. The first one that I would like to talk about is hematite. Hematite is a very calming stone as well as grounding. It does ground you to the earth. There we go. And you can see it's almost got like a silvery sheen to it. Some hematites can be magnetic, so they can draw things to you. But this is also a stone of practicality. So using this with a full moon in Pisces, where you have no boundaries, you can easily go so far out into the ether that you actually don't ground the messages that you receive in the everyday world. Hematite will help you with that. It is protective and it helps to dissolve any negativity. So another wonderful stone to include if you have it. And finally, the stone that I would also like to recommend for grounding and earthing is black tourmaline. So the black tourmaline is a striated crystal. This one has been slightly polished, as you can see. And tourmaline is also grounding like hematite. It does repel negative energy and it is shielding. It shields you. It's actually good to use around your computer, your phone. It's very similar to using shungite, but this is great for shielding on all levels. It also helps you have healthy boundaries. So as I said, with the boundaries around Moon and Pisces being so out there, this is going to give you some clear boundaries when you are doing your full Moon and Pisces ritual, magic, or meditation. Remember, you don't have to use all of these crystals in your meditation or in your full moon ritual. You can choose the ones that you are drawn to. And the other one I wanted to finish off with was clear quartz. And over here you will see my clear quartz sphere representing my full moon. Now, clear quartz is, you can use it for everything. You can use it in a grid to amplify the other crystals that you're using in your full moon ritual. You can use it for healing. It's known as the master healer. So clear quartz is also a wonderful addition to any work that you're doing where you are utilizing crystals, because it will amplify the energy of the other crystals that you are using. I hope these crystal suggestions are of help to you. So let's look at some essential oils that you can use as part of your full moon in Pisces ritual, meditation, contemplation, whatever it might be that you choose to do. Now, the first oil I have chosen is jasmine. Oh, but before I begin, I just thought I'd show you, I've actually set up a little full moon in Pisces grid around where I'm preparing my essential oils. So the crystals that I just spoke about, I've just put in a circle representing a full moon shape to me, with the grounding crystals at the base. I have celestite, and then coming around here I have amethyst, the moonstone, I have the spirit quartz, then here I have selenite just behind this bottle, and over here I have the aquamarine and the black tourmaline. So just a very, very simple grid that I have chosen. Now let's get back to jasmine. Jasmine, beautiful essential oil. It is a very sensuous, warm, soft, gentle oil. It frees the imagination. It also promotes creativity and artistry. So if you're looking at coming up with a full moon ritual and want to be a little bit artistic with it, creative with it, actually inhaling a little bit of jasmine before you actually do your full moon ritual, when you're doing your preparation, can be really helpful as well. Jasmine is also great for helping with any unresolved emotional issues and also releasing fears. So if that's going to be part of your full moon ritual, where you want to release some emotional issues that haven't been resolved yet and deal with them, jasmine would be a great oil to include. It also assists you with setting your purpose, and jasmine heightens your intuition. It connects you to your higher self and also to the divine feminine, which is the most appropriate oil then for full moon work, whether it be in Pisces or at any full moon. The next one I'd like to talk about is chamomile. When I look at the picture of chamomile flowers, they just make me smile. They look so happy. But chamomile is another soft, soulful, harmonizing, gentle oil. It promotes the free flow of energy through the energy systems, the meridians in your body. So it helps sort of stop any blockages in your energy system. It's also really good for bringing emotional balance and harmony. And also it's a very calming oil. It's a great oil to use when you're very, very stressed. and it's gentle and it's calming. It's so gentle that it's actually a good oil that can be used with children. It also helps us to hear our inner voice and to move closer to the spiritual realms. So I feel that this is another great choice for our full moon in Pisces ritual or meditation. The final oil that I've chosen is lemon oil. Now, lemon oil is associated with the moon as well as Pisces, just as jasmine is associated with the moon as well as Pisces. And lemon oil is quite cool. It's spiritually cleansing. So if you're using this full moon as a cleansing time, lemon is a fabulous oil to include. It's also enlivening. It brings that little bit of zest, that little bit of energy to anything that you're doing around the full moon. And it also brings clarity and focus, helping you to stay on point with what it is that you're doing as part of your ritual, or what it is that you're intending for your meditation. It helps to open up and strengthen your intuition. And while it's doing that, it keeps you in the here and now. It keeps you fully present, because with this full moon energy in Pisces, you can sort of float off into the ether. You can become a little too ethereal, and this helps you to stay focused, to actually bring the channeling, bring the messages down into the everyday reality and physically ground them so that you can use those messages in a practical way. I really love this oil. It's very, very bright. It's also very cheerful, but another great oil for the full moon. Now, this is the deck that I've created myself. I call it the Aromatic Affirmations deck. And as you can see on each card, I have an affirmation. So you might like to try using these affirmations as part of your ritual. So for lemon, it is I am clear, focused, and filled with the zest of life. For jasmine, definitely appropriate for any moon energy work, I am connected with the divine feminine. And Roman chamomile, I am gentle with myself and others. You know, most times it's probably easier to be gentle with other people than ourselves. So I really encourage you to be very gentle with yourself on this full moon in Pisces. I'm going to make up a blend for you that you might like to utilize if you have those oils in your home. So I'm using my amethyst mixing bowl. Isn't it gorgeous? And we're going to start with Roman chamomile. So I'm going to add 4 drops of Roman chamomile into my amethyst mixing bowl. And then we're going to add 4 drops of jasmine. Oh, I just love the aromas as I'm mixing. It's a shame we can't have the aroma gauge on the video that you can actually smell what I'm doing. There we go. And both chamomile, Roman and jasmine are when you think about perfume, you have base notes, middle notes, top notes. So chamomile and jasmine are more on the middle range of the vibration and the frequency of aromatic notes. And lemon is a top note. So for lemon, I'm actually going to use 6 drops instead of 4. There we go. I'm just going to blend it with my intention spoon. My intention spoon has a lapis lazuli little sphere, and it has a clear quartz point pointing down to the actual spoon. And I use this to direct the crystal energy from my grid down through the crystals on the spoon into my essential oil blend, setting the intention that I'm using these oils for my highest purpose, my highest good. And remember, when you are using essential oils with this blend, if you're using a diffuser or a vaporizer, you only need to place 4 to 6 drops of the entire blend. That is plenty to diffuse it into the air. If you're going to be putting some oil maybe on a tissue or a cotton ball just to smell, then 1 to 2 drops maximum is all you need. If you would like to place the oils on your skin, please don't put them on your skin undiluted. You need to dilute them in a cold pressed vegetable oil. Cold pressed sweet almond oil is wonderful, but if you don't have that and all you have in the cupboard is some olive oil, that will do just fine for ritual and contemplation meditation work. Please never put oils directly onto your skin undiluted. It may create a little bit of a negative reaction in some people, and it's so unnecessary. I'll also ask you not to ingest the oils. There is absolutely no need to ingest oils when you're using them for ritual purposes. And to be honest, it can be quite dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. So there it is, my little blend for the full moon in Pisces. And as you can see, I didn't need to make a lot for it to be effective. And I have to say, it smells beautiful. They have blended together so well. So I do hope you get the opportunity to try out this little recipe. I do hope you have a wonderful full moon in Pisces. Until next time, namaste.